Hi, welcome to Technology Class. In this video, I'd like to share with you some of the essentials for my class, go over what we will be doing, and some of the really important aspects of staying in communication. So this is a design technology class, so everything we do relates to the design process, which is very similar to the scientific method. And if you've come through here at all through 7th grade, you know kind of what we do here. But we are going to have project-based materials. I really won't give any tests, even though I have some available, but I don't see the need for that. So typically what we do is we'll work on a project together so you can learn the software or the app, and then you will be kind of on your own to create something and take the skills that I've taught and apply it to your own project. So that's usually how it goes. So the first thing I'd like to do is go over the syllabus, and you can open the syllabus if you'd like and follow along. I have attached it for future reference, but you can just watch the video too. So let me make myself a little bit smaller. Okay, so we are going, like I said, we are going to use a STEM or STEAM kind of curriculum, and we're going to work on various apps and applying the scientific method or the engineering design process. All right, first of all, as I go through, we will do a unit on 3D printing, and we will use Tinkercad for that. So I'm not sure the order in which I'm going to do these things just yet, but we will definitely do 3D printing, and we will have an opportunity to print what you create, whether you're here or not. So you will do some basic CAD design using Tinkercad, and I know several of you have used that already in other classes. We are going to do some design and research. The one thing that I am told that I must teach is the digital footprint. So we will dive into that because that affects every single person that ever goes in cyberspace. So in correlation with that, we will learn the ins and outs of Google Slides. And Google Slides, I know people have used it, but they don't really know all the intricate skills that go with it and techniques. So I'm going to teach that, and I will expect you to apply those when you create your slideshow. Gmail, right here. Gmail, you have to check your mail all the time. You need to be in communication with me. And also, when I reply to a comment that you make, or I comment on a project that you've turned in, it goes through your email. So you definitely want to be on top of that at all times. That's very important. Google Drawings, we will do 1 or 2 activities with that. And it's a great app. I just love it. And it's free. And I create quite a few things with it. So we will be diving into that for sure. Google Sheets, which is a spreadsheet application. We will most certainly do a couple of activities with that, which is a fascinating way to organize data and compute data as well. And as I said, we will do Google Slides. Scratch is the app we're going to use for programming. So we are going to program some games. And I think that's a lot of fun. We will use Scratch, and I will set up an account for you for that, but I'll get to that a little bit later. Tinkercad, as I mentioned, we will use that as well. So the only thing you really need for this class, if you come in to the class or if you're at home, earbuds are very, very helpful in a lot of the units. You will obviously need your Chromebook, and a mouse will come in extremely handy, particularly with Tinkercad. So if you have a mouse, whether it's a wireless mouse or a wired mouse, I would recommend having it with you when you're doing my class. All right. So the Google Classroom Tech page. So that's the page that you've already signed into, obviously. This is our main source of communication and information. So every morning when I get up, I post a new assignment or message for you. So you need to stay on that every single day. Check it daily for assignments and updates. Also, check your school Gmail account daily, which I just discussed. Okay. Each section of the units We'll have video tutorials that specifically show and discuss the skills taught. So remote learners, if you're at home doing any of these, and that could include remote Wednesdays, or if you're quarantined, you must view these videos in order to complete my class. So you can't learn the skills without watching those videos. Rewind and pause as needed. So if you've used YouTube to learn anything, which I do all the time, so you would want to pause. And if you missed anything, you want to rewind and just watch that certain section. So, the YouTube videos are the lifeline for this class if you are not in the classroom. So make sure that you take a look at those very carefully. And if something's not working out, then just go back and get it to work, by rewinding and pausing. Okay. Office hours for remote learners. If you need to, so let me just read through this. Remote learners are scheduled for my office hours from 7:50 a.m. to 8:20 a.m. Friday mornings. So every Friday morning I will go live. If you need help or have any questions, you click on the Classroom Meet link in the office hours Google Classroom page, which I will post in a second. And I will be there. However, if you would like to communicate with me for any reason, at any time, not just Friday mornings, of course, you can just email me, and sometimes we can set up a Google Meet. I've done that before, or we could just communicate through email, whatever it takes to get you to understand what we're doing. So if you're struggling, reach out to me and we'll figure out a way. So let me show you that, and you will need to take note of this and maybe pause this video. But you need to enter this technology office hours page if you need to reach me. So there it is, and maybe pause this video and get into that class. Every single Friday morning I will be on there unless we don't have school, and it is not mandatory. It is not mandatory. It is just there to help you, and so we can touch base if you need to. So I am not going to take attendance. Your attendance is basically taken if you're turning your work in, if you're doing the assignments and you're doing them on time. If you're not, then that's when we contact the office or your counselors. So the office hours for me are not mandatory. They're just there to help you, so we can touch base if you need to. All right, so there's that. Let me go back to the syllabus. So safety, that's really not going to apply probably, but if you're in class, we usually use drill presses, drills, saws, other things. I don't see that happening, but it might happen. So you'll need to follow those rules, and I'll go over those. Safety glasses are worn anytime you use any equipment that could hurt you, basically. And you must practice mature behavior, or privileges with the tools will be revoked. So I'm hoping we can get back to this, but with this remote learning thing, you're probably not going to be touching those unless you're in the classroom. All right, the grading scale is, as always, assignments are expected on the due date, and you will see the due date in my assignments. If you have an issue, contact me. Sometimes things happen and you need another day or something like that. Just let me know. When you're absent, it's your responsibility to make up the work, check the daily assignments on the Google Classroom page, and or talk to me to get caught up. All right, behavior's normal. I'm not going to go over that. And there's my contact information. All right, so I've gone over those things. Again, Work Wednesdays is for everyone. So if you get quarantined or whatever, and even if you're in the classroom, you must be signed in and go to the Google Classroom page that you're assigned to. Lastly, if you were in the class and you get quarantined and you check in to Google Classroom and we have already done that assignment, obviously you don't need to do that. Sometimes we get a little bit ahead when we're in the classroom. So, if we've already done that, then you won't need to do that. But you will need to, stay caught up if you're home for whatever reason. All right. We're going to have some fun. We're going to, still create in here. And I hope to see you and talk to you, and take care. And I'm looking forward to working with you. All right.